Hey everyone and welcome back. Now we have descended and let's check the map. Let's search the room first. What strange containers. I bet they contain the organs of the dead, or oils, or artistic expression. My guess is they are simple decorations. You never know, the past was a strange place. Can you give me an in-depth scan, Aurora? Contents includes calcium, phosphates, sulfates, sodium, potassium. Alright, but what is it? Ash, Professor. Ah, obviously used for some kind of painting. You were right, Commander. So we've triggered a new memory. Regal Pharmacy. 4. Rikin Baron. Bronchocecine for use treating severe asthma. Use as directed by physician. Follow instructions on bottle. Shake well before use. For using an inhaler only. Refill 2 remaining. For using an inhaler? A vaporizer for inhaling medicine. One of the other professors at RS has a condition that calls for one. Her father had it too. It was hereditary. Ah, gotcha. Breathing problems are common at NOAA. We get more bloom contamination than RS. Poor air filters means more exposure during salvage missions. You're lucky you haven't developed the condition yourself, Commander. Well, I don't recover from contamination as quickly as I used to, that's for sure. I figured if the bloom wants to take me one day, it can have me. I just want to do something useful for humanity in the meantime. Well, surviving would be very useful. For starters, that is. Don't worry, I don't plan on becoming bloom fertilizer for a while yet. I think there's another room, but the whole wall is collapsed here. Not surprising, considering what this house has been through. Is there something buried in the rubble? Yes, some kind of small device with ears and a little smile. Cute. There's a label on top, it's called a cat vac. I think it's used to move around, maybe for entertainment? Must have gotten trapped during the collapse. Sorry, cat vac, I'm afraid if I tried pulling you out, I'd get buried too. Another photo. There's something written on the back, I can barely make it out. Emmy and her handsome son Ricky, a day in the park. They look so happy. I wonder, Aurora seems to have trouble with emotion. Does she get much out of scanning photos? Absolutely, you've heard the expression, an image is worth 100 words? At NOAA we say a photo's worth 1,000,000 stories. That's significantly more words. Either way, the idea applies here too. Aurora can read a lot about the moment caught in an image. Human expressions, how they are interacting, background details. We don't need to know their exact emotions to understand how they lived. I see. Aurora is a real detective then. A detective? Yeah, someone who studies clues. At ARIS we just call them scientists. Aurora has a greater ability to analyze and deduce than any scientist ever born. Sometimes she just needs a little assistance, that's where I come in. A pet detective. If you like, yes. Okay, so we've got the memory. Ida, are we old? Well dear, you're watching the Ed Merriman show. I like Ed Merriman. Of course you do, Ernest, because you are old. Alright, fine, let's watch something else. Some kind of mall show? No clue. That kid's running from that officer and the big guy in sunglasses. It's the Terminator? Good God, Ernest, they're shooting each other full of holes. That silly storekeeper walked right in the crossfire. Yeah, I remember the scene. Yup, he's toast. Sounds like they're back from the store. Quick, Ernest, change the channel. Ricky can't see this nonsense. Mom, Dad, help! What is it? What's wrong? It started in the car. He was just playing in the back seat and... Lay him down, Emmy. The inhaler, Ernest. Now, dear. Try to breathe, sweetie. I don't see it. Where is it, Emmy? I don't know. I don't know. You have to find it. It's okay, Ricky. It will be okay. Grandpa will find your inhaler. Breathe as deep as you can, Rick. You're so strong. Oh God, we're losing him. I can't. We're not. Emmy, don't dare say that in front of the poor boy. Ricky, sweetie, slow, deep breaths. Just like we practiced yesterday. Look at me. Do you understand, Rick? Breathe, baby. The inhaler now. Dad, we need it right now. We'd better call 911. Yes, I'll do it. No, stay with Emmy. You're his mother. No, I'll call. Rick needs you. I think I found it. I didn't expect this. That little boy, Rick, we almost watched. It was 3 centuries ago, Commander. I know, everyone from that time is gone now. Do you think they had a good life? I'm not sure we can judge. We're observers. No, we're more than that. Let's find out what happened. So we have finished that, so let's go up. I guess we can go here. Okay, there's another memory in here. Dear Rick, remember when I said my goal was to be the CTO of a company? New goal. Machine learning is the future, and I want to be a part of that. Even small steps forward in AI can have huge, immediate, tangible applications. Deep Connect is built on harvesting thousands of raw dating profiles to genuinely improve people's lives. LL isn't about a fast hookup, this is about something long-lasting. More about machine learning algorithms. I wonder, did the Baron family work with artificial intelligence? Looks like the letter is to Ricky from someone else. You're right, but it's damaged. The signature is missing. The fridge. Happy birthday, Rick, honey. I hope your grandparents aren't driving you too crazy. I just landed my first major writing gig on a TV show called Mrs. Detective. Not my dream job, sure, but it will pay the bills. Maybe I can fly you out soon. I'll take you to see that Cosmo Jam movie. I've heard kids your age are going crazy for it. Love you, Mom. It's hard to grasp, but people really flew to meet with each other in the pre-collapse. Oh yes, jetpacks. On airplanes, Commander. Of course, right, airplanes. This note also shows people mark birthdays as special events, a tradition we still honor at ARES, and without their mother there to help celebrate. True, in Rick's case, I wonder why. In View Monthly, June. Filling the top spot on the InView watch list is the talented mind behind indie darling The Teacher's Assistant. Amy Barron has received a nod from the Academy for both Best Writing and Directorial Debut. Following a successful theatrical release, the film's deliciously awkward romance tells the story of a young college student falling head over heels for her poetry professor. While catching the eye of many critics, the all-too-real depiction of a love-struck student has caused some to wonder whether the work is autobiographical in nature. This won't be Amy Barron's first time in the spotlight, mind you. 3 years ago, she wrote surprise hit Daughter of Oil, the heart-wrenching tale of an oil tycoon's child forced to betray her father's darkest secret. Rumor has it she's not about to slow down, signing another movie deal with Treble Pictures. Details are scarce on the dramatic horror title The Child Who Couldn't Breathe. Okay, we need one more clue, I guess. Did I miss something? I've examined this one. Yeah, I said. This one? No, we didn't. Flyover, Quiet Place, poems by Emmy. On the plane, he said, "You live in a state I fly over." I asked, "What it's like meeting the line your points connect?" He said, "If I had known, I would have driven instead." I wish I could say, I took him to the shadows his planes cast on amber fields and showed him a beauty you can't see from the sky. That wasn't to stimulate the memory. Oh, this one. Oh, I've seen that. Okay. I don't think I missed something. Yeah, I missed those too. I love this poem, it flows really well, but is Texas a flyover state? Nope, she wrote this in college. She went to school in Indiana before she had me and moved back to Texas. Okay, Ricky, what's your favorite nowadays? Should I add corn to this? No. Ah, mushrooms. You want the kind that make you big, right? Like Superb Mario. Superb Mario. Uh-huh. What are you thinking, Em? Alright, I guess we're having this conversation. Yes, we are. Dragging Ricky around the country, there's no way to raise a child. Oh, advice from the person who raised me so well. You're making this about us? It's not. This is about Rick. He needs stability. He needs a place where he'll grow healthy. He's never going to be healthy, Mom. He'll struggle his whole life and there's nothing we can do about it. Let's eat leaves too, Grandpa. Leaves? What leaves? The red leaf. I didn't get a red leaf. What's it do? You get to fly. Maybe a day leaf will do the trick. A bay leaf. When I look at Rick, I see a beautiful child I'm doomed to lose, and I can't. We plan to leave him with us, then fly off to Los Angeles or wherever else. If not now, then eventually. That's where the work is, Mom. You can't run from your own son, Emmy. Here, taste this and tell me what you think. Needs more onions. Rick wants to stay here. You know we'll welcome him. Your father and I adore the boy. But he'll resent you when he's older. You know that. If he gets older. Emmy? People from the pre-collapse, I guess I imagined they would be so different from us. Me too. But they weren't. They were just people. People who would abandon their child. We don't know the full circumstances here. This is just a slice of a moment that happened 300 years ago. A moment where a mother decided the pain of losing her son was too great. So she ran from him to start a life somewhere else. She knew he'd be cared for. The thought of losing her only child must have been horrifying. I can only imagine. Well, I don't have to. Better move on, Professor. I don't think I like this room. Okay, so we're done with this also. Right? We're here. Is there anything here? Let's check. Oh, this one's a little different. How so? You really can't tell? Well, it appears to be made from plaster like the others. Am I right, ARORA? Correct. Also detecting various metals and plastics. I can deduce that plaster and metal were common materials for such things. What it says about the people of the Sunken City, hard to say. Professor, this statue sticks out like a green thumb. It's horrible. It's kind of comforting to be honest. They may have been an advanced civilization, living on a clean planet with a wealth of technology, but that doesn't mean this sculpture was a masterpiece. I still don't see how this one's worse than the others. You really don't? Thinking about it, Ares doesn't keep art around like Noah does. No need for it. Oh, trust me, you are in dire need of some art. But not this art. Right, not this one. This probably belonged in the bathroom. Why were in the art studio? They are art supplies. My grandmother was inspired by odd things. I'll put them in the basement, Rick. Some kind of pre-collapse ornaments. They are lovely, very uniform. You don't know what a plunger is? No has these? Now that I think about it, your toilets are a little strange. Professor, these are, tools. Yes, they are tools. Oh, what's their function? Well, they, suck the poop. You know what? I'll tell you all about them later. I look forward to that. Biggest sale of the year. Houston Jack Palop presents the annual summer blowout sale with up to 75% off select stores. It's your time to see the wildest selection in clothing, mattresses, floor coverings, furniture, winterwear, and decor. There are over a dozen stores to visit. The selection of goods at Houston Jackalope is second to none. Betty's Boundless Boutique up to 30% off. Amino Beauty Facial Acid. Sweep away clogged pores with the gentle power of acid. Buy one, get one free. Amigo One Smoothie and Jam. Order one medium sippy drink or larger. Receive one small sippy drink free. Not valid on protein plasmid. Experience the future of home convenience introducing InfiniHome, a smart system for the modern family home. Offering a full suite of services and conveniences, InfiniHome can safety, provide home safety with InfiniSafe digital door keypad and security. Exploration, look up cooking recipes and instructions. Entertainment, record TV shows for later viewing. Also, takes notes, sets reminders, connect with friends and family, emergency 911 services, and much more. Thank you for being a long-time subscriber to Earthbound Magazine. We're sad to see you go. If you change your mind, we'd love to offer you a year subscription for 50%. That's right, you can come back for only $12.49 a year. We've got some great issues ahead, covering diverse topics like swimming with the dolphins, hiking the rainforest, and the bird watching in the Sahara. Come back anytime and explore the Earth with us. Mew Kitty. Your cat vac order has been placed. Vroom. That was the cat we saw buried. Thank you for choosing InfiniHome. Your order has been completed. Your installation session is scheduled for October 23. Please remember that access to your basement may be required for InfiniHome Hub installation, as it will require integration with your home's main electric breaker. If you have any questions or need to schedule your installation, please call customer support. Now, what memory is this? How are you holding up, Grandma? Well, I don't know. I'm glad the mourners are gone. I don't think Ernest would have cared of this whole ordeal. All these people fusing like this. At least they left casseroles. You won't have to cook for months. I like cooking. True, but this way you can focus on your art. Are you sure you don't want me to stay another night? I'll be fine, Rick. Go, live your life. Don't deprive the pretty girls of Atlanta of your presence. Grandma, you know I'm not seeing anyone right now. Oh, so you say. Young Grandpa had the feeling too. If there's no girl now, there will be soon enough, so he grew up. A handsome boy like you doesn't stay single forever. You know he'd always say, oh Rick, just look at you. I'm so proud. Your grandpa was very proud of you. I know, Grandma. Maybe we shouldn't come here. We'll see. Maybe we missed some previous clues, let's say here. Okay, I don't want to enter here. The End of an Ice Age, A Quiet Place poems by Emmy. Ice glazed eyes, cracked clear, sea white blue, snowy roads passing, frost dripped trees, slow winding, powder meadow, empty but a solitary shadow. Tires crunch still, warm eyes open, light filled mouth smiling welcome home. Burnt coffee, ground long ago, those hands, soft words after long silence. Here we are, a home away at the end of an ice age. This is cozy. I've never driven in snow, but it kinda makes me want to. I had a hard time figuring out where to put this poem. We visited her old college friend one winter. I think my mom and I experienced the same surreal feeling that inspired this poem. You picked a good spot. The dining room deserves more coziness. Ever seen snow? No, of course not. Only in video archives. Sometimes I wonder if Earth is still capable of snow. Perhaps at the poles. It's hard to say. Would it really crunch? I thought snow was fluffy like clouds. I wish I knew. Maybe it's both. I never imagined we'd discover a dragon. I'm fairly sure we still haven't. You sure? A special wingless dragon? What species of non-dragon animal is this, Aurora? It is an alligator mississippiensis. Excuse me? Also known as an American alligator. I doubt it was a pet, though it does look well fed. Amazing, what a monster. Omega Shinsu Saga that's 5, B6, BX, first edition. Now this is an important relic. Aurora, please flag this for salvage and make sure my name is attached. Go ahead and flag it, please, Aurora. Yes. It sure is nice to sit down to a dinner like this. Rick, you should have made all of this. You shouldn't have made all of this. Oh, it wasn't that much work, really. Here's something. What was that? Eat up, dear. Don't let Rick's hard work go cold. It really is delicious. Great job on the beans. Thanks, Grandpa. Wait, I heard it too. Oh God, what is it? It's coming through the wall. I'll save you, Grandmother. No, Rick, your condition. I'll fight the beast with a firm handshake and good old-fashioned elbow grease. Aurora pose. That was excellent. Why did you stop? I want to see the whole battle. What was the estimated accuracy of that projection, Aurora? Estimated accuracy of memory 38%. Far too low. I thought Aurora was showing us the past. She is, as best she can anyway. Aurora relies on scanned information. Details big and small, the arrangement of chairs, dust on the floor. This room is brimming with data and memory, but not always the most accurate memory. So how did skeleton get here? We may never know. Overflow exception. Reactivating archaeograph. Aurora? Professor, I'm having difficulty. Body. Like last time. What is this? Aurora, can you stop it? Dark. Getting dark. Drink. Vulnerable. Aurora, stop. How could elaborate? Gray skies. Pressure. Bloom. Did it say bloom just now? It did. Very curious. Growing old. Old, saying. Eat. Eat up. Careful, Professor. We don't know what the thing can do. Oh God, what is it? Save you, Grandmother. Brimming battle. I'm not afraid. Vulnerable. There's a reason for this. Are you saying I failed? Beautiful night. Stop. Memory complete. Aurora system check now, please. Okay, just like before. Memory complete. It was so disjointed, so odd. The word didn't make sense, yet I felt there was something underlying the words, an emotion, almost like poetry. Creepy poetry. I'm forming a theory. Aurora, is it possible these erratic projections are some kind of archaeograph error? That is possible, Professor. It became difficult to disengage. There is no specific error to report. You're still unable to identify the exact cause? Sadly, yes, that is correct. It's alright, Aurora. This is all started in the office upstairs. A corruption or confusion in memories. Do you believe in ghosts, Professor? No, Commander. No, I don't. But you may still be on the right track. So we're here, we can go up. Some kind of a small controller. It has the same label as that catvac thing in the other room. I'll flag it for the salvage team. With power, maybe they'll still work together. Doesn't have a memory here, does it? Yeah, it does. A key. It could unlock anything. A secret vault, a secret laboratory, a secret zoo. Or the label on the keychain says garage. I don't think we've seen a garage. Or we saw the door but didn't realize it. Either way, I'll hold on to this key just in case. Harvey Pewter and the Prism algorithm. Harvey and Mnemosyne looked at each other. It's not too late to turn back, Harvey. Harvey bit his cheek, starting at the executable, isn't it? Once you connect that thing to the tech web, the fight starts for real. NetSec will never stop hunting you. We've been fighting the hive mind in the shadows for years. Now it's time to play on our turf. Harvey poised to begin the data stream. Harvey, wait. Mnemosyne, breathe. Think about this. How can you be sure they won't join with the hive mind? Harvey hadn't considered this. He stopped to contemplate the idea of an AI so powerful it could recompile its own netcode. Then what would the hive mind be capable of? We can't, Harvey. Stay at length, but... He clenched his fist. We haven't got a choice, but don't you see, Mnemosyne? If we don't stop the hive mind now, it will destroy everything we care about. I only care about you, Harvey. He turned to face Mnemosyne and saw a fiery determination he hadn't seen since the Hex trials, before she lost her ability to batch process. Harvey knew it had to be done then. Even if he was net locked in the process, Mnemosyne would never be safe until Hivemind was defeated. Then help me with this fight, he said. She gave a small nod, then turned to hide the tears welling in her eyes. Harvey checked the firewall log for Hivemind attacks. There were none yet, but that would soon change. He launched the executable. Hello world. Guardian was born. Aurora is scanning plastic plants and rocks, some kind of an art piece. I believe this is a tank for displaying aquatic life. RS keeps similar fish breeding tanks in the lower levels. They are much larger than this, of course. Oh, at NOAA we use an old swimming pool. The fish died decades ago though, now we eat the algae. It smells terrible. Remind me, what was NOAA before the collapse? They said it was a religious building. I've seen a few relics from that time. When the collapse happened, people gathered there to survive. The founders sealed off the windows as best as they could, but over time the bloom got in more and more. Now less than a third of it is habitable, including an old swimming pool for food. Right, and Jackson Square, where we grew vegetables. Why is it called Jackson Square? I've never asked. That's just what we call it. So much history lost. I know I can be slightly impatient when it comes to the stories they tell at NOAA. I forget how much your colony must have struggled over decades. You didn't have the luxury of a self-sustaining compound. Scientists didn't design your own filtration system. It's impressive you survived at all. Some of us did. Those that didn't became stories. Is there anything that can be done for him? They said an operation would be a huge risk. They are all new, mostly unproven surgeries. He's struggling to breathe more frequently lately. How long can we wait to decide? Grandma, Grandpa, I found a turtle by the lake. A big king turtle. Why, that wonderful Rick. Have you thought of a name? His name is King Shell. Not Browser like that game you play? No, Grandpa, Browser is a bad guy. King Shell is good and slow. Why don't you take him to the garage and we'll make him a castle? Oh, okay. Don't run, Rick. We need to be careful with him, without his mother here. I know, dear. He'll be just fine with us, you'll see. So I guess we explored the room here, and what's left to explore? There's one way out. We came from here, let's go down here. Getting rid of any books? You could get an ebook reader and donate these. It's the 21st century after all. I couldn't. My grandma collected these books over years. I see. I'll set Coping with Menopause aside for you to read then. Harvey Pewter and the Crypto Chamber. What are you working on? Mnemosyne asked, looking over his shoulder at the dark-themed editor. My thesis, Harvey lied, but Mnemosyne had already seen the code. That's a cluster analysis function. You're working on machine learning. Swallowing hard, Harvey quickly sat back and locked his screen. The large silver skull of his screensaver stared back at him with lightning in its eye sockets. You found the source, didn't you? Despite being furious at him, Mnemosyne couldn't keep the overwhelming sense of awe out of her voice. Harvey looked at her with guilt in his eyes, but said nothing. Well, I might not be your annexator anymore, Harvey, but I'm still your friend. When did you plan on telling me? When I was finished, he said at last. Finished with what exactly? Harvey clenched his teeth, hating to reveal anything, but he owed it to her after everything that had happened in the Terradyne Forge, after losing Rome to these things. I'm rewriting it, Mnemosyne, as a weapon and an ally. Mnemosyne's eyes widened around her diamond-shaped pupils. You would introduce another AI into our world after everything they've done? This one will be different, Harvey said confidently, because I built it myself. Okay, another memory popped out. Mother's Mother, Quiet Place Poems by Emmy. I wish I was a mom-to-be, with a belly I could wrap my arms around and carry, the weight long carried by my mother's mother's mothers. Not Lida, not Mary, no God's child to rest my prayers upon. No destiny, a simple child to keep me spare company in older days, to hold my hand on my way out, the way I held theirs on their way in. I don't really connect with this one. I guess I'm not big on the whole baby-making thing. How old was your mom when she wrote this? Is she very religious? Good question. I don't know her age here. Lida's one of her mythological references. That story is a rough one. I think mom's saying she just wanted a normal kid. What would you like me to read to you tonight? Here's your Greek myth book, and your mother got you in this copy of Catcher in the Rye. Catcher is a bit advanced for you, but your mother is... well, it's complicated. I want Harvey Pewter. Really? Sweetie, we've read them all before. Please, Grandma, please. I don't understand what you see in these books, dear. Tale of the Chimera is so much more thrilling. Brave Bellerophon slaying the beast while riding Pegasus, the divine winged stallion. But Harvey Pewter is wonderful. I love him, Grandma. Oh, sweetheart. All right, all right. Harvey Pewter and the Immortal Drive. By J.F. Sebastian. Chapter 1. Okay, so we didn't go here. Aaron, destroy this after you read it. What Tim showed me today is pretty bad. The aquafire process is too shallow and flowing into the Houston groundwater. So instead of embedding CO2 into bedrock, it's flowing under the city into the ocean. The ocean drainage directly violates our EPA agreement, but we're far more worried about the limnic eruption from oversaturation. If we don't find a way to stop up the leaks, we would accidentally gas the whole damn city. A limnic eruption? Aurora, do you have information on this? A limnic eruption is a phenomenon caused by an overconcentration of carbon dioxide in deep water. The eventual and sudden overturn of water and massive CO2 exhaust from the eruptions are often deadly. The note talked about Houston groundwater, Professor. If an event like that happened in a populated city, it would be catastrophic. It's just a note, but it could be our biggest clue yet. Flag this data for further study, Aurora. There's one here. Dear Baron family, this is a reminder of your scheduled appointment with respiratory specialist Dr. Frank Kyle. The appointment is for patient Ricky Baron, a minor, at 2 p.m. on August 3rd. Please arrive 15 minutes prior to your appointment and check in with the reception desk on entry. Also bring with you Ricky's inhaler along with any additional prescribed medicines Ricky is currently taking. Regards, Houston Respiratory Clinic, Office of Frank Kyle, PhD. This desk is full of an assortment of papers and knickknacks. If you like, here are papers labeled Excel Corporation. An executive order to dismiss a high-ranking staff member, Vice President Andrews. I also see a pocket watch and a small box. My beloved Ada on our anniversary, a necklace with a rather large stone. The stone is beryl, Professor, also known as emerald. Did you say emerald? Is that significant? I wasn't planning to mention this, but now that you found one emerald, be on the lookout for 6 more. 7 emeralds total? Why? It's a pre-collapsing legend. There are supposedly 7 emeralds of power. When if you collected them all, I'm not actually sure what happens. Really? I'm detecting no power from this mineral. You're sure? Dang. Anything else I should be looking for here? A wish-granting lamp, maybe? Ah, you know that one. There are also 7 yellow balls. If you collect them all, how about a way out of this place? Well, of course, Professor. Your safety is top priority. Aurora, please flag this emerald for the salvage team. Thank you. Oh, this game has a lot of references. Hi Dad, Notre Dame has been good for me and I've learned a lot. I've tried to make things work here, but the truth is, it won't be possible to live on campus much longer, especially not after receiving some big news. I've been contemplating the best way to tell you this. You're going to be a grandfather, Dad. I'm having a baby boy due in about 3 months. I've decided to name him Ricky after Granddad. He will need to be cared for as a true baron, which is why I'm coming back home at the end of this semester. I've already talked with Mom about the details. Please don't ask about the father. I'm sorry to keep you from this for so long. I've always wanted you to be proud of me. Mom said I should break the news carefully. You've always enjoyed my letters. Under the circumstances, I wonder, will this one bring you as much joy? I love you, Dad, and I'll see you soon, Emmy. Okay, the memory is complete. So now you're back. After all that fuss over college, you're just going to leave? I paid my own tuition. It's my decision to leave, for Ricky's sake. Do you give a damn how this will reflect on us, on our family? No, you don't. And the father, this mystery man, he's nowhere in sight, eh? I told you, I'm not telling you. He has his own life. You'd ruin him. I know you, Dad. I'll hold him accountable. There you two are. There are, Ricky, yes. Oh, aren't you a darling? You are. You are a darling. Not now, Ida. We're having a discussion. Ernest, put out that cigar for heaven's sake. He wants his mother. Here you are, Emmy. Look at those eyes. Don't just sit there, Ernest. He's curious about you. Come meet your grandson. Hmm. Now then, dear, I was thinking, where to put the cradle? Huh? Oh, what a strong grip you have. He likes you. The cradle, dear? Well, the cradle. Should go in Emmy's room, of course. He'll need to be with his mother, Ada. Right, yes, of course he will. He'll have everything he needs here. Dad, thank you. Oh, he's coughing up a storm. Ernest, I thought you quit smoking those horrid things. This is my last one, okay? I've got the tea ready, Emmy. Let's sit you two down in the kitchen. Ernest, you'll come get us once you've got Emmy's old room cleaned out. Yes, dear, I will. Yep, time to quit. So I think there's only one room left, if I'm not mistaken. And it's down here. The key we found fits perfectly. I'm going in. Oh, that's the garage, I guess. Let's go down here. Something's blocking the way. Some of those tools like they are in usable condition. The way they are displayed makes them seem very important. I thought people in the pre-collapse had robots to do all the work for them. You know, build their houses, cook their meals. Maybe the barons were considered old-fashioned. This door looks unreasonably heavy. It would be nice to open it eventually. I think it has a powered mechanism to lift it, though I don't see any button for it. Detecting a high quantity of technological components. Nice looking ride. How many miles per gallon do you think it gets, Aurora? Per gallon? Of gasoline, that's what cars use for fuel. I've always wanted to rev up a gas engine, really feel the combustion, you know? This vehicle appears to be more advanced, it's electronic. Oh, like KITT, a pre-collapse legend, a car that could speak and drive itself. It found crime by running people over. What crime? Fascinating, could this be the KITT? What advanced components do you see, Aurora? Multiple cameras and sensors, steering control, temperature control, navigation satellite link, an array of system gauges, heated seats. Heated seats? Oh, any chance of restoring the KITT's power? The battery cells have degraded beyond repair. Still, this is a nice find. Please flag this for the salvage team. This salvage team will have a lot of work. Ada Baron, a road from creativity to creation by Walt De Vere. Entertainment in the modern era often means creating new approaches to mediums unique above all others. In the worldwide static field, art must often polarize in order to get reception on the digital airwaves. When success emerges, the question remains the same as always. Who is the artist? What is it they convey? One Houston artist has found her own frequency in the form of sculpture, and people are tuning in. We sat down with Ada Baron to get her take on the Texas landscape. How do you strike oil in a field of electricity? Ada gives an elegant and confident laugh. Meeting the demands of an audience is second hand to the power of inspiration, the force that drives us all artists. I define my path through sculpture. That's not for everyone, of course, but those who still see the beauty in the physical will take notice. Mixing mediums and meaning, Ada's work represents both the mythical and the modern. Metal meets memory card. The digital world is ignored at the peril of the artist, of course. It's all around us. We're absolutely surrounded by technology, and thus we're surrounded by art as well. The internet is a canvas too, dear. What did I miss? What is it? Detecting wood, varnish, metal screws, and the remains of a turtle. The bottom reads, King's Shell, peaceful ruler and beloved pet. Turtle? What's that? You know what a tortoise is? Of course, same thing. I've never seen one, of course. Is this how people treated their animals? A burial ritual for beloved pets, perhaps. Hand me that claw hammer, Rick. This one? Close, the next one to it with a big yellow handle. Once this castle is built, we'll fill it with lots of leaves and duckweed. Big Shell will be right at home. King Shell. Oh right, of course, King Shell. This castle will be one of a kind, you know. When you make something with your hands, it becomes unique. Oh, that's one thing your grandma and I have in common, you see. We like working with our hands. Oh, damn. Oh no, the nail bent. That's okay, it still holds the castle together. Even if it's a little bent, it still does its best. In fact, I think that's our lucky nail. Oh, it looks like your grandma raided my paint supply again. We have red or blue. Purple. Sorry, Ricky, no purple. Mix red and blue together, Grandpa. That makes purple? You sure? Grandma taught me. Well, aren't you too smart? Yup. Okay, so... trying to see if we missed something. No, I think we get the stairs. Macro-Environment Alliance, New Year, New Earth, by Roderick St. Clair. A clean slate is a great feeling. A new year means an opportunity to get a fresh start improving life. But what about the Earth? Doesn't our planet deserve a fresh start as well? Every year, Americans take Earth's gifts for granted without giving back. Here are a few ways you can add Save the Planet to your list of New Year's resolutions. Save water by using paper plates. Water is Earth's most important natural resource. By using disposable plates and silverware, you can cut down on running the dishwasher. Open the windows. It's simple, letting fresh air into your home will put you in an Earth-conscious mindset. If you are thinking about the Earth, you can help improve it. Mow the lawn less. Try cutting the grass once every 2 weeks instead of every week. Think of the grass as Earth's circulatory system. By cutting too often, you'll remove potentially important minerals from the environment. Buy a potted plant. Where your 3-story house now sits, there used to be the trees. Give a small piece of your home back to nature by keeping an indoor plant or two. Add beans to your diet. While beans aren't for everyone, they are a great source of iron and potassium, giving healthy eaters more energy to help the earth. Well, that's the last memory here. It doesn't have a memory. Echoes and Embers Design, version 1, Ricky Baron. The dungeon, filled with ghouls, the undead shambles of those who died under the warlock's treatments. The hero can choose to fight, sneak their way out, or recite an incantation to frighten the ghouls off. Locked away in the deepest cell is a strong power source hidden within a woman. Even after the ghouls are defeated, she refuses to be freed. Only a poem can release her energy. Are you saying players have to romance some crazy dungeon lady? What kind of energy are we talking about? It's a metaphor, you'll see during the playtest. It's almost done. Ah, Christmas lights. People of the pre-collapse would gather once a year to untangle them. Aris records indicate a tree was also involved. In what capacity? It would be killed and displayed. A ritual killing? Strange how the holiday has changed over time. Now we just eat tree-shaped cookies. This appears to be the central access point for the building's electricity. I believe installing a power source would partially restore electricity. Commander, that will allow us to collect even more data throughout the house. Are you... there? The rover signal is barely perceptible, Professor. The commander likely did not receive your communications. Must be the basement. The comms have trouble at this depth. I'm curious to examine this access point. Let's get a closer look. Okay, we'll see it later. Did we miss anything? We've examined those things. Interesting, there's already modification here for the digital device. Aurora, would it be possible to install one of the small core cells from my suit? Yes, it would. However, such a procedure would require you to permanently sacrifice a portion of your suit energy. I'm aware of that. Current small core power reserves are at 51%. I'm aware of that too. There's a good chance restoring power will give us access to powered artifacts, right? Correct. Electronic devices played an important role in pre-collapse civilization. At this rate, we haven't found anything that could lead us out of the house. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with only half the pieces. The commander would likely disapprove of this action as it lowers your chances of immediate survival. Yes, he would. Do it. Understood. Preparing to decouple interpreter suit power, grounding check, compensating for voltage, and installing Aurora small core cell 283. Ejecting cell. Let's hope this works. Suit small core successfully integrated. Power has been partially restored throughout the compound. Excellent. I'm detecting multiple new electronic data points. Scanning. Everything alright? Yes, Professor. Please hold. What's hiding down here? Old storage. I don't come down here much. I guess your mom and dad like hanging out in the same spots. Did you hear something? Professor, there's an Infinity Home system present. It appears to be installed throughout the premises. Interesting. What does it do? Hello, and welcome to Infinity Home. Date invalid. Please set date. It appears to be an electronic system of some kind. It's speaking to us? Hello, Infinity Home. Hello, and welcome to Infinity Home. It does not appear to be sentient. I'm detecting a large amount of stored data, however. Infinity Home appears to have monitored and recorded much of the Baron family's interactions. If the commander were listening, I'm sure he'd say that was mega creepy. Direct scanning of Infinity Home nodes could unlock new memories throughout the house. Wonderful. What are we waiting for? Let's get back upstairs and collect what we can. So do we have marks? Yep. Respond if you can hear me, Professor. Commander, I'm here. Oh, good to hear your voice again. The rover picked up some really interesting readings. Electrical spikes below ground. Everything okay down there? Yes, Aurora and I restored power to the house through the breaker. Restored? But how? Well, I doubt you're going to like this. Wait a second. You didn't. I used one of the small cores from my suit. I don't like it. I still have enough power to get out. Define enough. Remaining suit power 38%. What? You've put your safety at risk, Professor. That's unacceptable. It was my decision to make, Commander. If I'm going to find a way out of the Sunken City, I need data. Aurora has detected several new artifacts throughout the house, all of them powered. The house also has an electronic system which monitors the family's activity. You can learn more about them by viewing the logs in each room. It monitors their activities. That's mega creepy, actually. Listen, Professor, I didn't mean to blow up at you just now. Learn what you can. Go room by room if you need to. Just look after yourself, okay? Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Professor, might I suggest initiating a room scan? Sure, Aurora, let's take a look. As suspected, this room contains some of the powered artifacts I detected. Good, let's see what we can learn from them. Okay, so it has a lot of things. And so we turned all the lights, and I think that's enough for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.